Is Jacob Smith. I am doing this position speech on marijuana editorial. My TA is Mary, and here we go. So, the marijuana ban in America has been in effect for over 50 years. Now, there's been much speculation about whether this is good or bad, but my thing is, I actually think if it was anything remotely uplifting or even good for marijuana, don't you think that it would be reversed by now? I would today in my speech. I'll be disagreeing with the editorial. Scientists need permission to study marijuana for research to see if it's good or not, and I'll be disagreeing that for the fact that people think that they would like to wrongly that marijuana is wrongly classified. The fact that it should be allowed for more research, and I will also be describing how, if these effects were taken in place, how this could all possibly be devastating to the American population. Now, I know we've all heard the saying, if it's not broke, don't fix it. It's the same with the world of marijuana. This world has been in effect for, again, over 50 years, and if it wasn't broke, then why would we fix it? Now, in order to protect our nation altogether, from people who may be unlawfully producing marijuana, maybe spiking marijuana, maybe putting illegal stuff in marijuana, maybe selling fake marijuana, um, experimenting and any other research makes sense. I mean, think about it. If you suppose marijuana was legal, anybody could research it. And part of the editorial that I was refuting, it says that the situation is so absurd that chemists and brain researchers are not allowed to study cannabis and contrast from edibles without governmental permission. Now, I think this is great. I think this is great because with the government dealing with all this marijuana research, then just in case if there's any particularly bad thing that could be made from marijuana or that someone could produce, it would be regulated by the government. They have holds on it. They put the stop. They know when to make it okay, when to make it not. Now, if we were doing what we want anytime without any safety regulations, there would be chaos. And some people, let's be honest, they're not always out for the best motives. Some people may have alternative motives. And what this does is it just limits it. It makes it safer. And actually, if you ask me, if it makes it better for everyone. If there was no one to tell you what we can and can't research, then who knows what other harmful substances that could be created from marijuana. It's just a matter of national safety and safety for the people. Now, one of the biggest issues with marijuana is its classification. It's currently a Schedule 1 drug, but people don't understand. Marijuana is the most abused illicit drug in the world. It can lead to emotional addiction, vision, impairment of vision, learning, and judgment, and more. And even studies shown if smoked for a long time, it can cause long-term memory loss. Now, the report, a section in the article actually says that the report, which was written by a committee of health experts, does not go as far as calling for reclassification, something that Congress or the executive branch has the power to do. Well, I disagree with this because reclassification says that there's something wrong with the classification it's currently in. Marijuana is a Schedule 1 drug because of its illicit properties, of its devastating effects it can have on your emotional health, psychological, and if it leads to addiction. Now, just imagine a world where anyone could get marijuana. Not everybody would react the same to drug, and there could be some psychological effects that could linger for those who do. All I'm saying is that not everybody reacts differently. Reacts the same to marijuana, and that's why it's a Schedule 1 drug. And the most debated subject in this battle with marijuana is its so-called good effects. Are these effects really good, or are they just increasing severity of issues? Marijuana's effect on users is like any other drug that we have today. It could chill the smoker for moments at a time and it affect their vision on reality. It doesn't not only create feelings of euphoria and feelings of, just chillness, it can create addictions for your body to be addicted to that state and affect your mental state. And according to the article, there is not enough evidence to show that epilepsy and post-traumatic stress disorder can successfully be treated. And also, the report did point out that says that there can be harmful effects from marijuana use, such as increased car accidents, and marijuana smoking by pregnant women is linked to low birth weight. These are just several examples of the health concerns of marijuana. Okay. Marijuana, like any other medicine, has a strong potential to be abused. Unfortunately, people can't control themselves these days. And we see this with heroin, with crack, with LSD, with all these other drugs. And saying it's not harmful disproves naivety and ignorance. It's like saying alcohol isn't harmful. Well, of course, unless you down all of it. The healing factor of marijuana that's probably the most argued, the healing factor of marijuana. This puts the user in an altered state. And this isn't really healing, this is only temporarily. And users can get addicted to this healing state, so-called. So, honestly, to conclude, marijuana is in the best place as it is right now for safety measures. Allowing scientists to research it without getting governmental permission just allows for the barrier of more illicit things to be done with marijuana, such as create harmful effects, even create harmful products, synthesizing marijuana, and the illegal sales of it just makes that skyrocket. Without the government to put a barrier on research and how we look at marijuana, that's how in order for the government to put a barrier, for the government putting a barrier for marijuana, that allows us to be safer as a nation because it creates a sense of genuine results. Without it, then possibly people can alter these results and we can't go back to the source to find out if they could be harmful to us or good for us. And that's why I agree that marijuana should still be researched with permission from the government. Thank you.